in the left and Clem in the right. Clem, of course, being Clem, but Gumiho has been looking insanely powerful here. It's gonna go for a gas first. Not uncommon in TVT. Clem is going immediately into that double gas after the barracks. Reactor. No. Does he want a wall or not? That's the question. He's gonna scout with that depot, but what area? This is an anti-drop scout. Wants to see any medevac come in. And Gumiho does do the same. Is he even looking for some proxy shenanigans? Not gonna find anything, so he might just go ahead and give it a scout, you know. Check out what's happening across the map. It's going into a few Reapers. He could, he could actually make something here. He's gonna make something here. Yeah, this, is he gonna? Probably here on the high ground. He's like, wait, what? There's a high ground just next to this area where I wanted to proxy my starport. Well, I guess I'm gonna do it on the high ground. It's gonna be even more invisible. Look at this. There's 2 pink restrooms here. I haven't seen this yet. And there's like a bar down here. Can't really get a good look at this, but there's also kind of a weird building. I haven't seen this one. It's like a container building. You can basically drop this off space into any area. Oh, this is kind of funny. Cool stuff there. What is this, like Nova or something? I'm not sure. And then there's like glass here, so this is actually a building. Yeah, this is a building. They're on top of it. This is on top of a building. This is the roof of a building. As you can see, there's glasses. This is all a building. We are fighting on top of a building. Now, Clem did just, I think, kill a unit here. So in the end, the scuffle, is it gonna matter? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it's gonna do too much. Both players should just trade some units here. With no one really getting a snowball going. Oh, the Hellion could do actually some damage. Second Hellion though coming in here for Gumiho. He's gonna get that damage, and yeah, as you can see, no big snowball happening here. 2 Hellions are not gonna be enough against those 2 Marines. Now a Liberator's just coming in and just walking in saying, hey, I'm here. Look at me, bro. And look at me deny your base. Now he's keeping the Marines busy with the Hellions. That means he can literally not mine from this area, and the Cyclone is not done yet, so... I mean, Gumiho smartly is gonna pull out before the Cyclone pops. They can actually get away with the Liberator, but... Now, is this gonna be lib range? Might be. No. This is gonna be battlecruiser. That's cool. It's gonna be 1 starport proxy battlecruiser. This is also a cool tactic, a cool maneuver here from Clem, just boosting the meta again with that Cyclone to be here faster and snipe that one even faster. Now, why would you play battlecruiser if your opponent can make Ravens with the disable and Cyclones with the log on? And he's even gonna find this one. This is not gonna go. It's not gonna go well for Gumiho. The Cyclones are even gonna kill the starport because he can't get away with this. You need to kill the Cyclones. He needs to pull units. He needs to save this one. There is no choice but to keep this alive. Now he's pulling some units. He needs some more. Now one SCV is gonna be enough here to help this group of units. Now you cannot lose that Cyclone. Oh, that's a good save on the Cyclone. But he will not be able to get the lock on the second one, and the medevac also does stay alive, so nothing happened. Both players agree that nothing happened. They're gonna fix up their cars. They're gonna repaint the windows and tint the walls. And they'll just say nothing happened. Guys, we're all good. Now this is the big issue though. The Raven is already here. It's going across the map though. But it's gonna have the interference matrix that will prevent this battlecruiser from jumping out. And it would stop a Yamato if it would come in. Now he did not see that actually what popped from that starport, so he doesn't know for sure. But this is a weird thing. This could be only for Ravens though, but he's still doing this. He's still making another battlecruiser. Now the battlecruiser has been revealed. Dealing damage in the main. That's actually, there's nothing to deal with it in the main right now. This tank though. Oh. Oh my god, Gumiho the god. Now he's gonna kill the first Cyclone. Not fast enough to walk away from a flying mansion, basically. I don't know. Flying penthouse. The Raven's here, but it can't really do anything. So it's gonna drop an auto turret? I don't think that's a good move. Now battlecruiser is still trading against those Marines, just walking and killing things. BC and TVT in 2025. Walking and shooting at things. It's gonna kill more SCVs, gonna kill more Marines. There's the first Viking finally poking at it. And there is gonna be enough energy for that interference matrix, so... Well, actually walking away, Clem not being on top of this. And that's gonna save this battlecruiser, and that makes Gumiho really want to just go for Mac. Macfield Accelerator is completed. He has his barracks already floating. He has the third base about to finish up. Third base is done here for Clem, but he's still in a worker deficit because we just lost 10 to that battlecruiser, of course. And I mean, Gumiho is having fun. He has a 20 kill BC. That's not fun. I don't know what is. Engineering bay coming up here to produce some missile turrets. And the barracks already doing his job scouting those Marines, but this is a tell here for Clem, who I think did not identify this yet. Clem has actually no idea. He has never gotten into the base. He's only seen those depots. Kind of funny. But he sees the Mac field now. This is the hard confirmation. Hey, wait, this is a Mac play from you, sir, so I'll need to do something different. And that's gonna be the double starport apparently here. Now he could go into air immediately, but he can also just produce a push from this. And that might just be what he does, but I feel like if you do this kind of starport... starport tank style against a Cyclone battlecruiser player, it sounds weird. It shouldn't work in my opinion. Now this is the fresh one. It has 0 kills. Excuse me, just burnt down the first Marine. And Gumiho is going full greed mode. He's like, alright, have 3 bases, there you go, man. Now he's just making mass Vikings right now. He thinks this is air. Meanwhile, it's just blunt mech. He doesn't even do that much on air anymore. Oh my god, sniping the Raven! No! And workout count is pretty even again here. But that's the big story here. Those 2 guys coming in, ready for the taking. Of course, there's no stim yet from Clem, so those guys actually, he can't do that much. Oh no, he's... That might have been the least efficient usage of that. Oh, he kills the medevac though. That's okay. If he can trap that one, get it off the map, and we do see... Yeah. Sky Viking, sorry, Sky Terran here coming. But this is scouted. This is already scouted. And Gumiho might just decide to push. Because he's gonna have the ground advantage. Oops. There's only 4 tanks currently for Clem. He only has that one factory producing tanks. And there's like 3 factories pumping out tanks at once here for Gumiho. He could just overwhelm. Both have a signature style, definitely agree. But Clem usually not the one to go for mech. I feel like Clem is quite a bit greedy in this best of in this first map here, because he wants to leap ahead of Gumiho in the tech rotation again, go into that Sky Terran faster. But in the end, he's only gonna have a lot of Vikings. But Vikings, they need to land against Cyclones first, so half of them are gonna die before they touch anything. And then there's gonna be way more tanks here for Gumiho, and he even has that 1-1 already done. He's shelling away the building command center. And he has these kind of double battle cruisers distracting a lot. A couple of Hellbirds actually trying to kill some SCVs here. Gonna get chased down by Vikings. They still get that bonus damage. They're biological and mechanical. It's kind of crazy. Those Hellions, they really... Hellbirds, I guess. Really have no strong suit to them. Nagumi's just setting up more and more siege positions here. This is a little bit ambitious if you ask me, trying to... I mean, you can just land on this, no? And then he walks in with the battlecruisers again in the back. He's still here in the front, pushing. Oh my god, he's everywhere. But this is what I was afraid of. This is not a good play, because you can land with the Vikings and just kill the tanks if there's no support. And that's exactly what we do see happen here. So good clear up there by Clem. Now... these battlecruisers are still doing fine work here, and if you can cancel that upgrade, armor is so big. Because it's the only upgrade as well he has going. It's so big. Oh my god, and then he gets out. And he's still sitting over here, still shooting with that tank at Clement. And Clement does resiege not correctly. I think maybe... no. See? That's not the correct siege. He did re-siege, but he did move back a little bit, then forward a little bit, and he kind of just ended up in the same position. Now, double armory here on the way. Oh, Clem, didn't he make already 2 armories? Did he lose 2 armories? Yes, he did. Oh my god, that's insane. Before any upgrades did finish up, by the way. So it's gonna be 2-2 mech against 0-0 mech or Sky Terran. That's crazy. That's gonna be actually very crazy, and this is gonna hit here just now, the first push, or the actual push. And 2-2 is just completing here, so everything is just so much more powerful. Oh, look at these SCVs running into that AoE. Completely getting blown apart. Tanks looking so strong, SCVs trying to cut through that powerful armor, but they're not gonna find anything. And Gumiho is gonna take the first map in this series. Well played. Yeah, well played. Alright, next map is gonna be Amygdala. Alright, so let's just go into this next map. Oh, I'm almost there. Okay, here we are. And it's already shaping up to be a good one with that SCV moving out. I thought for a second he would be moving out with this one very fast, but this is a fast SCV nonetheless. Gumiho top right, by the way, Clem bottom left, there you go, that's your introductions. I don't like them any more than anyone else. Oh, look at that. Tentacles. Wow. This is where all of those enemy girls are kept in. Now Clem is gonna set up a barracks. But only one? And one is gonna be at home. What team do the Tentacles play for? I think for Zerg. But no Zerg on this map, so they just play for their own team. Now 1 barracks at home means this is quite middle of the road. And not sure if I like it. I mean, this does mean that if Gumiho goes for a double proxy, for example, he's gonna have a good defense. But it also means this is quite weak offensively comparatively, compared to those double proxies, right? So it's like one of those middle of the road offensive strategies. If there would have been an SCV scout though, this is like a kind of a red herring, right? This is a fake. I'm playing normal style thing. Now, can Gumiho hold this one? Or is Clem just gonna run away with this game very fast? This should be a fast one. We'll have to wait and see though. Sometimes these even out. It's not that committed. Clem does have the factory behind, but he's gonna be behind so far in the command center if he does not get a kill on this one. Or get a cancel on this one. He's gonna kill the first SCV. That's a good start. Reaper being very afraid here, man. Gumiho is like instant grenade on that ramp. You shall not pass. This guy is basically Gandalf, waiting with his stick on top of that ramp. Now if he pulls a few guys, he could even retake this already, I think, but he's just too afraid of there being 2 proxy Reapers. But I guess now they just come in, so it's gotta be 4 at this point. He needs to be careful. But with the Hellion, Reaper, double Marine, should have enough here in a moment to just calm down. Is he gonna cancel this one? If he gets to cancel, that's actually decent, okay. That's a good approach, a good start for Clem in the end. Now, what is he gonna do? He's gonna keep on making more Reapers, it seems. And going up to 6, he does throw down his own command center. And, yeah. I mean, Gumiho needed to retake this one. If he ends up cancelling, I'm way happier if this is immediately cancelled and immediately retaken on the background. Rather than chilling out. I guess he was a little bit afraid that the Reapers might just go up and kill him. Just kept it there to buy some time. Or he could potentially overwhelm if he gets enough units going. Now that barracks is gonna come in and scout. That's actually great usage of this 1008 point building. And in the meantime, we do have 6 Reapers coming in. Can they deal game-ending damage? That can always happen. You're never sure with Reapers, but the Banshee is gonna pop and save the day here for Gumiho. Those Reapers are way too fast. He's never gonna catch those. Cyclone is gonna reinforce them, so the Banshee is gonna have some trouble. Now he needs to instantly turn around. No, he's dead. He's dead. Yeah, try to trade against this. That's not good. And the Reaper's coming in again. 3rd command center here for Gumiho. And that's gonna be found and denied for now. Gonna kill another SCV. Clem is looking like a flying soldier in this game. It's insane. He's making things happen with his task force here. Even that burning barracks holding strong here on the low ground has these happy faces on it. Now it's gonna get shot down, blown up to pieces, instantly landing that command center in the remains of that barracks. Now this is a little bit different. I think Clem should not have enough here, but maybe these, if it comes down to cyclone control, if he can really find the mark with those and not lose too much health, he might be able to snowball this, and that's gonna be maybe it. He's reinforcing with a few more guys here. He's sending out more and more dudes. And Gumiho is struggling to get a defense going. Now finally we get that first tank. Is he gonna siege it in time now? Now there's gonna be interference matrix already, and the first Raven is here, and he has enough energy so he can just break this. I think Clem's just gonna break him here. He gets that Hellion as well. Comes in now. No! Why? He decides the auditor is better. And GG's gonna be caught. Now, Clem is gonna retake a point on the board here. I still need to test this if you drop creep on those tentacles, if they bleed out or if you can save them from passing away. Maybe you can transfuse them with queens. Not sure. But yeah, like going back to that Wings of Liberty thing, while I was preparing the tournament, I noticed that there's actually very, very few maps in Wings of Liberty. And even though it was only like 2 years, there was literally so little map variety. But the maps itself were quite different from each other. There was a lot of experimenting with maps, but there weren't many maps. I would have loved to see a Wings of Liberty with way more different maps, like the maps we have these days, which are completely different from what used to be back then. But like, not these days, but even like the worker-only pathing, stuff like that, you know, things that are just happening now. Yeah, let's hop into the next game here between Clem on the top right and Gumiho in the bottom left. And that was a very quick one. Are we gonna get a very long one this time? Double gas for Gumiho. Only one gas for Clem. Is gonna make a second barracks here again. Maybe he does feel that that completely helped him snowball that game. The Reaper were doing what they intended to do. Maybe that's his stuff. Blocking bases with 15 minerals, yeah. You know, I mean, something like that, right? Having bases that are open, that you can rotate through, that you can like, you know, that have the blocks like here, and have like a big area here, like gold bases like that, you know? Having these rich geysers with blocking minerals, stuff like this. These are things that I feel like in Wings of Liberty, they have never really been tested that much. So I feel like if you do that with, you know, a big tournament and big wings, it might be insanely interesting. You can possibly rotate balance with maps in StarCraft 2. But I feel like in StarCraft, in Wings, it's way easier to do because the units are not that kind of stylized, I guess, into harassment or fighting, you know. They're more like, this is a unit, use it, thing. By the way, great snipe here. Gonna lose the Reaper though. But yeah, this is like, this unit is designed now for scouting and harassing, right? It's not designed to do fighting, really. Oh, he drops off that cliff, man. We couldn't see him there in the bushes, but he really fell down deep. I hope he didn't break his leg or anything. The spine is still intact. Oh, can he kill that Reap? No, he's not gonna go for it, of course. Would have swung very easily here. Unfortunate interception though there, but he will find that push out at least. You know, having those mineral walls you have to mine through, backdoor bases, you know, a lot of things that were never tested in Wings of Liberty. So, I don't know, man. I feel like, for example, Protoss would be extremely profitable from backdoor bases. If they could get up like a safe base behind their own, you know, in a PvZ, for example. It would be quite strong for them, in my opinion. There's like a lot of things I feel like that haven't been tested yet in Wings of Liberty, and yeah, there's a lot of potential still to be had, weirdly enough. I mean, the game was only played for 2 years, right? This has been played for almost 10 years now, like Legacy of the Void. We're approaching 10 years, man. That's kind of crazy, right? Now, Speed Banshee, yes! Okay. Hyperflight Rotors increases the movement speed of Banshees. Now, is he gonna throw down a second starport with this and go double port Banshee? I don't think so. One thing that's gonna be difficult is, like, while you are gonna be able to get out of lock-on range from a Cyclone, you won't be able to break it with the Cloak, because you don't have Cloak. And I said earlier that I really like this against Zerg. I would prefer this above Cloak. But in a TVT, it feels a little bit different, because there's a lot of tools against those Speed Banshees. And for example, you can like get that Cyclone into that Medivac and boost after those Banshees, you know. There's a lot of counterplay that can be had. And this is a nice pickoff here. He's gonna get that SCV most likely. And then he needs to get out with the Medivac though. You need to target that Medivac with the Cyclone, I guess. Now he's targeting the Cyclone. He does not want to get scouted. That's his main goal. He doesn't want to bring the Banshee. There's not that... He needs to keep that hidden. Now, where is the Banshee, actually? There they are. And I'm pretty sure he still has those hidden. He's actually going for a third Banshee. Now, can Clem find that crucial piece of information? He's still not getting that intel. Now, dropping one of the Medivac, he's trying to snipe that tank here. And gets the Marine. Cyclone locks onto the Marine automatically. That was kind of funny. But he didn't see what's going on. I think he saw a producing starport, I'm pretty sure. Gumiho to scan. By the way, something Clem rarely does is scan the base of his opponent. Now, Speed Banshee is coming in. And nothing at home to defend. Vikings are just starting to produce here. 7 SCVs, quite good damage. Looking at a 6 work elite here for our blue Terran player. He's still making Banshees. He's going to Cloak. He should have done the second starport in my opinion. Now we do have Bio here from Clem. He already has Stim. As you can see, he's trying to find an angle here. He's gonna drop on top of that tank. It's gonna break the tank. That's gonna be great and all. But we do have Banshees coming back. We do have SCVs fighting. And in the end, this is not gonna be enough here. 3 Banshees chasing Medivacs. That's something you don't see every day. They're actually fast, man. 5.2. We can never see the Banshee speed. Sorry, Medivac speed, because it doesn't say when they have things inside. I wonder if 3.2, yeah, 3.5. So base speed is 3.5. I don't know the actual boost speed. Speed Banshees are very fast indeed. 5.25. We need to see a Medivac without units being boosted somewhere. That would be the only way to measure or to visualize this issue here. Actual speed, movement speed of the unit. Gumiho is still making Banshees, and I think he did not reveal Cloak yet. He should Cloak. There you go. That's a good Cloak. He's gonna keep that Banshee alive. Ah, just a tiny bit too slow there. One tank walking into this tank down here. He needs to repair those. Does not want to lose any units while he's playing mech. And there we go. Good snipe by Clem. Take that one out. This tank on the logo is looking good. Now, is there a Medivac somewhere? I don't think there is one for Clem right now. I really want to see this. How much faster is the... Oh, this is funny. It doesn't even say a speed if the Liberator siege is up. 4.7 on the Liberator, 3.8 on the Viking, and 5.25 on the Speed Banshees. But on the Medivac, with the boost, 3.5. Into what does it translate? I want to check Wikipedia. I want to see it in game. Come on, give it to me. Make a Medevac. That's a good pick here. Denies that third base, while he already has his one up and is mining from it, and he's going into a fourth even. Still don't see any Medevac addition here. He's producing bio, but he's not really producing that much. He's completely all in on 2 bases. This is not gonna look good here for Clem. Not gonna make a Medevac in this game anymore. I think he just needs to break Gumiho. And either he transitions or he needs to break him. But yeah, he's just gonna give up. There we go. Gumiho is gonna take the second game for his scoreboard. Ooh, how was it? Different. Hotkey. The blackness. Now I need to quickly go to the restroom. I'm already loading up the last map here for you guys. The next map. What am I saying? Oh my god. Potentially the last map. Since we have finally someone on match point, and this one is gonna be the Protoss map here for Clement. Gonna see a TVP. I'm swapping it up. Can he break Gumiho? I think if you want to off-race against someone, it's not Gumiho. He's too weird in the early game. It doesn't make sense. He has way more experience in beating people in the early game than you have defending against Gumiho, most likely, so I don't like the choice here. But I'm gonna quickly go to the restroom and then we'll check this game out. Give me a moment. Alrighty. Here we are, back. And we will start the series. Sorry, we will continue the series, start the map. Indeed, it is gonna be in the bottom right, Liquid Clem playing as Protoss. The first time this series, and then the top left we do have Gumiho. Keeps on playing as Terran for some weird reason. Even though he should know what the overpowered race is at this point. Probe coming out. Alrighty. Factory barracks here. Before the command center, and on the other side it's gonna be the Nexus, quick and early. Cybernetics core, the jack of all trades for technical advancement in the Protoss race. It enables Protoss units to finally utilize ranged weapons and make those stalkers available, sentries available, and adepts available. And also it branches off into any other technical structure they might have in their arsenal, which would be a Stargate, a robotics facility, or a Twilight Council. Council increasing those basically increasing the power of those gateway units. The robotics facility, of course, enabling those very heavy AoE and ground pounding units, as well as the dropship, kind of, the warp prism. And last but not least, the Stargate with all of the gracious A units there in the Protoss arsenal. Now we do have one unit that's very rarely used in the Protoss arsenal. What is it? A Void Ray in this matchup specifically. From that Stargate. Now we see a Twilight Council and we will see Blink. There it is. Now this guy did get a good kill on that Hellion, but he did also get shot in the back by the Reapers. And Double Reaper coming in here, trying to trade against that Stalker. Is not gonna find anything though. Now what is Gumiho's weird plan? Oh, one Reaper's gonna die. We do have the drop coming in, a tank for Marines. And the tank is gonna siege up on the other side. The Marines are gonna drop over and shell at these probes. This is where you maybe wait for that first tank shot to connect and then drop the guys, you know. He's gonna try and kill those Stalkers. He's gonna get potentially 2 here. No blink done yet. Gumiho, Mr. Swift. And Reaper is gonna try and cancel that Nexus. Has a mammoth task in front of him. Blink did complete. Stalkers are gonna chase this medevac. Can he get rid of this? Or can Gumiho evacuate? He's gonna go and fly on that airspace. At least hope so. That follow-up is starting to go across the map here. We do have that Reaper pulling back, but not far enough. Stalker is gonna find it and chase it and kill it. The Space Shark is still lurking down there with the kind of the bones of a different animal down there. Now the tank drops out, keeps those Marines safe. Look at how tanky it is. 5 workers have been killed. A little bit of miss-micro, it feels like. And we do see those 4 Stalkers actually making a kind of a weird route there to Gumiho's base, starting to work on Gumiho's units at home. Now we have a Viking on the ground, a couple of tanks against Blink Stalkers and Marines. A miss Blink, loses a Stalker. He did recall the other 4, so he has everything at home now, but now tanks sieging up, maybe a little bit ambitious here by Gumiho. Again though, probes being pulled here and probes getting killed, and yeah, that Viking, man, he's the frickin' Viking actually. He finally earned that name. They're coming in again with those Stalkers. The 5 Blink Stalker hit squad this time, not the 4. Can he get that tank? I guess he can. Gumiho's making stim down here. He's very ambitious with that stim. Now he's gonna lose some SCVs. But he can kill maybe 3 stalkers here very fast. There he gets 2. And the tank reinforces here. Now he kills another. And another. Now that was a very expensive trade there for Clem. And by the way, he lost another 5 workers at this base to a Viking landing without service. No smart servos here. So yeah, Vikings, man. See, I said to you guys, Gumiho knows how to utilize weird attacks, weird units, and you won't be able to defend against them properly because you lack the experience. I mean, who does this? Who does harass with a Viking at 7-minute mark? Who does this? Tell me, it's Gumiho, no one else. I'm pretty sure Clem has never done this before himself. It's so weird. I mean, why would he be making Vikings in this matchup, right? In the early game, there's no Colossi. He's just literally trying to focus these against mechanical units. These are designed to kill probes if they are pulled into the equation, or to clear those stalkers. Now he's gonna kill another few workers. I love this, man. Dustin, I hope you're watching. Dustin Browder. Gumiho is your bro. He is finally utilizing every unit as it was intended to be. Command Center number 3 on the way. Now this is a very messy game so far. You have the first few medevacs here. Sniping that observer is gonna be nice for Gumiho. And yeah, he's starting to have some fun in this game. Meanwhile, Clem is probably struggling a little bit. He has a bunch of workers. His macro is insane good. But he needs that 4th base, and that's actually a little bit late even. It's like with that, when that 3rd is landing, he needs to take the 5th. But he's going into robotics, so maybe he doesn't need to expand that aggressively. But he has kind of the worker count to go and do that, weirdly enough, even though he lost a bunch of workers. He lost a ton of workers. Now we do have the Zealot drop coming in here. Gumiho trying to push out at the same time, exposing himself at home. Doesn't really have anything making out of those barracks as well. Now he has Widow Mines, but you don't want to utilize Widow Mines if you fight with SCVs against Zealots. It's something you cannot really do. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh! And he lives. Oh, that's a good find. That Viking with the 7 kills, man. This guy is the hero. We're gonna keep him selected. He will be thus named Mr. Hero. No, I don't know. Mr. Hero sounds so lame. Just give him any name you want. But he is the ultimate Viking. Pushing away the Warp Prism, killing 7 workers on its own in 2 separate bases. Splitting them up 5 and 2. He completely denied Mying at the 3rd on his own, basically. Now, we do have a big push here coming in, and meanwhile, our friend has come back and gets another double. And then he runs away. He needs to get... Oh, no, no, no! Oh my god, no! He needed to get repaired, but Gumiho didn't give it to him. Now, this prism should not be long for this world. Oh, is it, though? Yeah, there we go. It's gonna pop. Zealots running. And this is such a small, flimsy army here from Clem. Splitting up 5 of his Zealots in a bad rally here. There you can see, this is not... He's not a pros player. He's not used to utilize these armies in those perfect rotations. This is also a weird army to be pushing with as the Protoss player. It's mostly Zealot and 2 Colossi now at this point. With the 1 Colossus it was very questionable, to be honest. And it does have the +2, which is very nice. But yeah, if you run into Widow Mines, you're not gonna have a good time as the Protoss player. Now Clem is gonna get overwhelmed here. That was kind of what I was afraid of, because he does not have enough support units. If he loses the Zealot once, he has no prism with this. He's just gonna lose the Colossi, the expensive units, the Stalkers. Now Vikings landing against these Zealots, deciding it's not worth their time, lifting up again. And Gumiho did do a good cleanup here. The whole army from Clem got dismantled. Can he actually hold the counter push? I mean, he has another Colossus up and running here. It's weird how many units he can probably make from these structures. It feels like every other Protoss should be able to do the same, but it feels like he has more units than any other Protoss I've seen. Maybe it's been just a while since I've seen a proper Protoss play. No, not losing any probes here on that base. Gonna kill that Marauder, it's gonna kill a few units, he's gonna not lose anything himself. A Zealot charges in, fortunately for that Zealot. Needed to get sacrificed, wants to get that Widowmine shot, doesn't get it. And now a nice snipe on that Colossi. Very quick turn here from Gumiho, utilizing his heavy Marauder composition to just jump on the Colossi and kill it. Widowmine's burrowing. Can he get good connections? No. Clem is on top of it. Medivac upgrade here. And most likely Liberators. He's running out of steam on this army. The health is low. He needs to get back. He needs to heal this up. He needs to extract the actual value from this. That it is healable. Unlike those Protoss units. You'd have to, like, I don't know. There's no mind control anymore. I'm actually very sad about this, by the way. Yeah, you'd have to control a Medivac or something to get your units healed. Neuroparasite. Yeah, there's no mind control from the Archon anymore. I mean, it was like double great, right? If you would play a PvZ where you'd see those Dark Archons sometimes, and then mind control, it wouldn't even cost you supply. It would cost Zerg supply, so you would open up a different supply for yourself. Oh, by the way, now we can possibly check that speed, which I was looking for earlier. If he could boost those Medivacs, please, sir. Can you boost those Medivacs? Can you boost those Medivacs, maybe? Gumiho? Not boosting those Medivacs, it's just overwhelming the army on the ground currently. Does have a Medivac coming in here. Does stop though. But there we go, the boost is there. 5.3 plus 244, that's more than 5.25, so it should be faster than a Speed Banshee. That's a good spread nonetheless, but in the end, 7 probes do go down, so definitely a successful drop here. Only losing one of those mines. Well, maybe I spoke too soon here. Losing that other Widowmine possibly here to the Stalker, and we do have the drop also getting intercepted. Now, Liberator range did just finish. +2 is about to finish. Gumiho is about to have a very powerful army here in a moment. He's adding double Liberator currently. And it's gonna be straight up good against anything you can make out of that Robo, so really liking his chances here going forward into this later stage of this mid game, or like early stage of the late game, whatever you want to call it. Gonna be true. Ground armor happening here. A few units with a Viking, that's so funny. And an SCV, why not? We have a planetary now being up here for Gumiho. He still needs to get that economy really going. He needs to transfer some of these units here. There we go. Oh no! The worst time. By the way, this hasn't been properly mining since some of those harassments have been coming online. Ah, he pulled all of the SCVs just before the other one did deplete here. It's gonna lose a few workers here on this area, but in the meantime, man, he has a big army pushing. Now, can he correctly split against these disruptors? So far, he's just sniping them. They're not any threat to him. Oh, that's a good snipe on the Disruptor. He snipes the second one, or third one, I should say. And only Colossi remaining, so Clem is kind of getting a taste of his own medicine. What if you just snipe those Disruptors and they literally don't deal any damage at all? Well, then the Terran looks very strong, doesn't he? Now, this has been cleaned up here, by the way. It's still not mining, though, but Gumiho needs to do a little bit more damage. Now we do have DTs coming in. He has that orbital lifted, so he might not actually have a scan currently. There we go. He's gonna get that scan in. He's gonna lose his Liberators, though. Nice blink in here by Clem. A good attack. Good execution on this attack overall. It's gonna kill all of this, apparently. Yeah, Gumiho's not gonna get away. So good cleanup here by Clem, and he still holds his bases. Even though he lost a bunch of workers, he has 5 Nexa. He can really fast reproduce those. He has 5 Chrono Boosts. So I'm liking his chances. And Gumiho, look at this base. This needs to relocate. I guess he's relocating this one. But yeah, he needs to get these guys working on a different area. And he's transferring them. Now another robotics facility making it number 3 here is coming on. No, actually he lost one. It's gonna be the second one. The Gumiho is finishing up his +3 weapons. His +1 ship weapons. Should immediately start that +2 ship weapons, by the way. He's starting that second starport, is about halfway done. His Zealot's running into this left base. Needs to repair that orbital eventually. Quite low already. It's about to catch on fire. Now the Marine is shooting at the rocks as well, I think. No, he's actually shooting at this Zealot. There we go. He shot over the rocks. And the Prism is trying to find an entry, but denied by these Marines here. A pack of 6 Marines is hunting that one down. Not letting it inside the base. There is nothing though at the natural. Maybe he's gonna come in there. Does not go in yet. And this time it's Clem at the pushing paddle here. Nexus in the bottom. Going up for Clem. Base number 6. He has 10 gates. Now he's gonna lose this base here. That's a great counter push by Gumiho. And Clem never really committed with his force offensively. Now he's coming back trying to intercept this army. By the way, this is the weirdest army I've ever seen in a while. This is such a big group of bio and they have 1 medevac. They have literally 1 medevac to try and evacuate them. Or heal them up. And the medevac is about to fall, by the way. One more blink. Boom. There it is. Gone. Now, Gumiho see this base here as well. He's gonna siege up Liberators here and Marauders. Maybe, yeah, the Marauders should go north here. Actually, these guys did survive. Marauders going north are gonna cancel this base. And things are looking good here again for Gumiho. He's making some extra command centers at this point. We do see again the group here coming in at the bottom, in the middle of the map. And yeah, this force here in the north room as well. He needs some medevacs, man. He has only 4 medevacs right now. He needs some more medevacs. Clem shooting his own Stalker out of frustration, possibly. There's a Prism now. DTs are gonna get hit by the mines. Only 1 DT in this mix. Does have no Shadow Strike, by the way. It's about to finish that one up. This group of low bio units, man, it's insane. Still no medevac. Now, can Gumiho find the closer here finally? He has a big army. He's gonna eat a big shot though of that Disruptor to his face. He's gonna eat a couple more shots here. Needs to be careful though. If he loses too many of those bio units, all of his AR units are exposed. Now, Colossus walking into Liberators is not anything you see every day, but I guess it happened. You saw it first. And Clem is gonna break this again. But Gumiho has still this grossly overstimmed red army, which can only walk back home. So if these medevacs join up with that army, it's actually good for Gumiho. They have to join hands, join forces. Gumiho is still a very mighty army. He's still up like 50 supply at this point. If you take a look at the actual unit counts, 24 Marauders, 22 Marines, 2 Liberators, 4 medevacs against 3 DTs. 5 Stalkers, 6 Disruptors is nice, 1 Colossus, nah, not really there. And those 4 Zealots, they're not gonna do anything, man. 3 DTs only trying to go for that run by. Already on the repair here, Gumiho. Very quick. Shadows try to utilize and get those guys out. Still no medevac with this group. Who are you? Is this Gumiho? The Stalker's trying to come in here to snipe that Disruptor, but nice rekills there on those Stalkers with the bio. We do have the DTs coming in here. Starting to work on that 4th base from Gumiho, and in the end, none does get out. Just snipe a few of those add-ons. That's gonna be some time, some breathing room he's gonna create for himself here. Where are those medevacs, by the way? It's insane. Where? There they are. I see the shadow of 3, and there's the 4th one. Oh, but maybe they can't even join the fight before it's over. Oh my god, that was a disgusting flank. GG's gonna be called. Gumiho does indeed take this serious. 3-1.